Good morning, y'all. It is still morning. It's 11:30 here where I am in Arkansas, and it is Wednesday, January 23rd. My name is Marlene, and my channel is Stitching by the Lake. So welcome here, and I'm glad you all are back, and I'm glad that I'm back. It's been, I think, 5 weeks or maybe even 6 since I got to make a video. Just time flew past, and I didn't realize it was getting to be so long, but I always miss you guys when I'm not talking to you, and I feel like I need to tell you everything that's going on with me. I'm going to change my format up just a little bit today. I'm going to talk about my stitching stuff first, and then at the tail end I'm going to talk about some life updates and stuff like that. So I don't know if I'll keep it this way, but I'm going to try it today and see how it goes. So I have finishes. I have several finishes, actually, y'all, because it's been so long since I was here. The first one that I have is this little piece right here that says Happy New Year. It's kind of hard to tell what those words are. This was a free pattern that I got online. I'm looking to see who designed this, but I don't see it on the pattern. I don't know exactly where I got it, but somewhere online. Anyway, I'm not sure how I'm going to finish this. Obviously, it's round. I have a little round box. I may put it on the top of that. Certainly, there's no hurry because New Year's over. It'll be ready for next year, though. And I did that back before New Year's, obviously, and I did somewhere before Christmas. I did a couple of, first of all, I did a free pattern from Lizzie Kate called Peace, Joy, and Love. This one I will finish into an ornament at some point, but again, it's a long time till Christmas, so I'm not going to get in a hurry about that one. It will just be a little flat fold, probably. That's what I'm thinking. And I liked that font so much that I used it, oh, here it is, to do one that just says love. And I added the little hearts to it, thinking this would be a good Valentine small. So I'm going to finish it in just a really tiny little pillow. I don't have very many pillows for my the place where I keep my stuff, seasonal stuff. It's not a dough bowl, although I do keep some in a dough bowl, but it's another little tool holder kind of thing. An old wooden antique toolbox is actually what it is. So I'm going to make this for that, and I'm going to finish that one, I hope, this afternoon. And then another free one. Let me see. I'm trying to read this, and I can't. The print's too small. This one is Noel, another Christmas ornament. So again, I will wait until next fall sometime to finish this one out, probably. The threads I used for this one and for the others are from Victorian Motto Sampler. I don't remember the name of it, but it was a floss that I had gotten some time ago. And also, around Christmas time, Nikki sent me this pattern from Kaniki's. It's called Snowberries and Winter Feathered Friends. This is what the pattern looks like. She also sent me the fabric, which is what part of her grungy series, and this is my finish on that one. I don't have anything FFO'd, I don't think at all, to show you, but isn't that cute? I really love that. There's not a lot of contrast in the snowman and in the fabric, but it shows up well enough, I think. And the birds are just sweet, sweet. That's going to be one of my favorites. When I saw this pattern, Reindeer Feed Sack, and there was another pattern that went with this. I don't remember what the other one is. This is from Brickhouse Samplings. I thought it was so, so cute. And I had the linen. I actually had that linen that it called for left over from something else. So I decided to stitch it. Now, I did leave off I wanted it to be a bit smaller than this, so I left off this word, finest, and I left off the North Pole, I believe, was the other thing that I left off of this pattern. I had this ironed, but it's gotten wrinkled since I ironed it, but I think you can see. And this is what I used. This is how it turned out. I also used Victorian Macho Sampler threads on that red, and I think the white is B5200. I'll have to, I guess because I'm holding it sideways, it looks crooked to me. So there's the top part of it, and then the bottom turned out like this. I actually have the red and white stripe ticking that I will use to finish that. All right, starting off the new year, I made this big decision that I have, I don't remember, 23, 24 whips, and Mania is coming. That'll get here quicker than we realize. And so I decided that I could not have a new start unless I had a finish of one of my whips. With one exception. I did allow myself one exception, and that was New Year's Day, I would have a new start. But I also wanted to finish it in the month of January because somebody said that was good luck or something. They made that up, I'm pretty sure. But it didn't matter because they said it and I had to do it. So my New Year, New Start was from Shakespeare's Peddler, and it was this kit, S. Ward, A Little Rag. It came with the fabric and the threads, which are pashmina, a blend of silk and cashmere. And I finished it, I don't know, it took me about 10 days, I think. I didn't have a lot of stitching time. That light's in your way, isn't it? Okay. I could have done it quicker. It's a quick stitch, but I had some things happen that I will tell you about later in the video in my life update that's kept me from getting to this. Now, she shows it finished literally as just a little rag. It's raveled all around, and I may do that. I like the look of that. So, that was my one new start, and it was time to start on whips, except this one thing happened. I knew Valentine's Day was coming, and I didn't remember. I said a while ago I didn't have enough Valentine's things in my little toolbox, and so I thought, okay, well, maybe one more new start. And I looked through all my patterns trying to find something I wanted to do for Valentine's, and then I came across Wilhelmina. And Wilhelmina has, this is Plum Street, it has a heart flower right here, and a heart flower somewhere else up there. And I thought, well, I'll do that. That'll be fast, and then I'll get back to my whips, okay? And even to be faster, I thought, well, I don't need all those flowers up there. I'll just do part of that pattern. So that's what I did. I just did part of it, the bottom part of it. So I got the one heart flower in, and these two little hearts, and this heart flower. So that made it my Valentine piece. So that one's going to be finished hopefully this afternoon, along with that love piece. This is another really cute pattern, and I love the blend of colors. I ended up having to make some substitutes on that, and I don't remember what they were. They were just whatever was closest to what was called for that I didn't have. Okay, time to start on whips. Well, how do you decide what's a whip and what's not when you're doing a series? It's a way around it, y'all. That's all it is. It's a way around it. I have been working for a little while on Noah's Christmas samplers, Noah's Ark Christmas samplers. These are Plum Street samplers. And I have 5 of them. I don't know if the 6th one has come out or not. I've shown these to you before. I wanted to stitch these for my great-grandson, Cade, and make Christmas ornaments for him, and that's what I'm doing. I'm not in a big hurry. But I would like to get these done this year. I'm sorry, I'm looking for something down here. The first 3 that I did, the first one was the alligators. That was the first. And then I think my second one was the giraffes. And the third were the whales. And so I did the fourth one. It really is a whip because all of them are not done. But this was a brand new pattern that I started from scratch. And this one is the squirrels. Cute, aren't they? Here's the thing, though, y'all. Now I have a new great-granddaughter. She was born December 30th. I'll show you a picture at the end of this video. And so that means I'm going to need to do all these patterns twice. But that's okay because I love them. And again, I'm not going to get in a hurry. I've done 1, 2, 3, 4. That leaves me 8 for this round. If I could do 2 a month, 1 for sure, but 2 a month, I'd be really excited about that. Really excited. Okay, that's all my finishes. Michelle Rudy, Farm Girl, did a challenge for to finish 9 whips. I haven't yet looked to try to figure out how to do an album to post that. I'm going to. I have until February 1st to do that. And I've started taking pictures, but I have picked out my 9 that I'm going to work on because that fit right in with my determination to finish some of these whips before I could get into Mania. So the one I'm currently working on, first one of my 9s, is this Country Cottage. The name of this one is Let Us Rejoice. This was a gift from Kathleen's Trodden Trail, that I started on, I think, 1.5 years ago. Pretty sure it was 1.5 years ago. And this is where I am now. I am about halfway through with this one. I had done the roof of the house before I started working on it this time, so I've done everything below that. This is a really pretty pattern. I love stitching it with one exception. The fabric that I chose, it's all my fault, it's very stiff. And it almost hurts my fingers sometimes to get that needle through this fabric. If you know a solution for that, I sure would love to hear it. All right. The rest of my 9, in no particular order. I actually think I'm going to try to stitch these in the order they were started. This is a pattern that I got from Elena and Olivia called Bon Noel. I don't know the designer. I can't tell you what that is. And this is another one that I started 1.5 years ago. Elena brought this back from Paris. And it is the sweetest little pattern ever. But again, the fabric I chose is a little on the rough side. This is the needle minder she brought me too. And this is how far I am on this one. So the little girl is finished, and I'm going to work on the flowers and the words, and then I'll be through with that one. So if I could just get myself focused, I think I could finish this one in probably less than a week. I'm sure less than a week. That's number 2. Number 3 is a stitch along that pretty much everybody but me has finished. And it is 'Tis the Season. You've all seen this pattern. It's from Blackbird Designs. I did change it up a little bit. I changed the words on it, and I'm using words that were charted by Ann Thompson at the Shepherd's Needle in Little Rock. And my words are Sing Praises unto our Savior. The bird is finished. I'm using Victorian Motto Sampler threads, and I just have the flowers that go over to the end of that. There are quite a few of those, so there's still a little bit of work, but it shouldn't be slow. It should be a pretty fast one as well, if I just buckle down. The next one, which is probably my favorite of all of these, and I don't know why I haven't gotten back to this. You know how you just kind of get sidetracked? I just get sidetracked sometimes. It's another blackbird. This was a gift from Judith Fricker. Summer. Judith is a friend of mine who lives in Tulsa. And this is where I am. I'm using the called for threads, and that's how much I've done on this one. And it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I'm looking forward to getting back to this one. Actually, I'm looking forward to getting back to all of them. My life has been a little bit topsy-turvy, and I haven't gotten to stitch as much as I wanted to over the last couple of months, but I think the next couple ought to be better. This one, oh, there you are, is called, it's a Teresa Kogut pattern called For You. I adore this sweet face. Isn't that cute? Cute, cute, cute. And here's where I am on this one. I have to stop and think which way is up and which way is down on this one. This is the scarf with his fringe hanging down, starting on his face right here. It's not showing up real good in this light on this fabric, but it actually is very, very pretty, and I think it's going to be striking. I don't remember what this fabric is. Let's see if I have my little card here that tells me that. No, I don't. I have it written down in my calendar from last year because that's when I started. It was last year. This one, you all know and love, is Little House Needleworks Early Americans. Again, everybody and his brother's probably finished with that one, but I'm not. I love it, and I want to finish it. I have it on Tin Roof Gingham, and I am all the way down. I've done 7 of them. I've started on number 8, and there are only 9 plus the border. So this is definitely doable. I hope to have him finished and framed before May gets here. That's my goal. Number 7 is one I started back in the fall. Grateful, Thankful, Blessed. It's a beautiful, beautiful pattern. It actually is bigger than I thought it was going to be. It's a Brenda Gervais. You know, the pictures are deceiving in a lot of ways, and the colors aren't always exactly what you think, and the size isn't either. I don't know what fabric I did this on. Yes, I do too. 32 count Platinum Legacy. And, sorry y'all, this is where I am. Again, in this light, that may not show up really good, but it's going to show beautifully. The contrast is going to be just fine. I have quite a lot to do on this one, so this will be one that's going to take me a little bit longer. Now, I was thrilled that Michelle said we could include a couple of new starts, because, you know, new starts, they're fun. And I am going to do Horse Country Holiday. It looks like this. This also was a gift. Tina sent this to me. And I'm going to do the primitive colors. They're kind of all rumpledy in there. But that will be one of my 2 new starts for Michelle's 9 challenge. And my second new start is going to be Brickhouse Sampler. Let's see here. There we go. Brickhouse Sampler. I've seen several people do this. It's really beautiful. And I am going to do it on Queen Anne's Lace Jobelin. I bought this fabric when I was at StitchCon. Bought it there at Stitchville. So, those are my 9. I made some good choices, I think. Just a second, y'all. Had to move something a little closer. I've rescued a few stitches. This one, can we say 70s, 80s, was 50 cents at the thrift store. There, that's better. I'm going to take it out of the frame and make it into a little small pillow for my new great-granddaughter. That looks like a little girl to me. This one, I don't remember what I paid for this, but not very much. It says, "Friendship is the sweetness of an olden, tender song, a fondness that remembers a little kindness long." It's a printed cross stitch rather than counted. So sweet. I don't think I'm going to do anything to that. I'm gathering things up to do a whole wall of stitching. Some of it mine, some of it not. And y'all, then I found this tray. Look at this. Look how deep it is. It's like a frame. The bottom comes off. Has glass on it. It was $3. It's not an antique, but it is so heavy. And I'm hoping, I haven't looked, I haven't measured, but I'm hoping one of the larger pieces that I'm working on will fit in that. Then I ran across this. I was in Jefferson City at my sister's, and we went to the Restore, I believe is where we were. And I found this piece, I don't know, for a couple of dollars, upside down. Hot air balloons. I believe that part of this is hand stitched and part is machine stitched. This quilting is machine stitched. And it may be, no, the satin stitches are hand stitched. I don't know about these knots. I don't know how they did that. They don't. If they're hand done French knots, they're done with a very heavy cord because they're very pronounced. And then this is just a stem stitch right here. I loved it. I love the colors in it. I just think it's beautiful. So it's going on my wall. And then this. Arlene, if you're watching, or somebody that knows tatting, please tell me about this. It is obviously a doily that's been framed. I believe that it is tatted. I'm going to get up really close. It could be crochet, I don't know. But I think it might be tatting. Again, $3 or $4. But that also is going to go on my wall. Don't fall, baby. I found the perfect frame for, I have a question on this one. Remember this piece, Ebenezer's Christmas? Well, I found a frame that is the perfect size without the mats, obviously. It looks like this. My question is, the frame is brown. Just a stain, probably an oak stain. What color would you do? I can paint it. I can leave it like it is. Nicole, what did you do? What did your sister do on hers? Buckeye Stitcher stitched this for her sister, but she let her sister choose the frame. So, there you go. Now, that is all the stitching stuff I have. But I have some other things to tell you. Well, not all the stitching stuff. I won a giveaway from It Is Kismet, Diana Serrano. And the giveaway was for this pattern. Little House Needleworks 12 Days of Christmas. Isn't that going to be fun to stitch? But Diana, she has such a generous heart. If you don't watch her, you really, really should. She is sweet and she is pretty and just a delight. Just a delight. She made me a bag for that project. A little Christmas bag. Here's the back of it, which I absolutely love and will treasure. And she sent a really sweet card and some thread cards. And also this kind of little thread holder, which I have been converting to ever since Annette from Annette's Acre showed those to me. So I was really excited to get that. And another stitching related, sort of, but not. I went to the dentist the other day and it reminded me, it was just my 6-month checkup. You know, last time I went, last time I went I thought it was an anomaly. You know when you leave the dentist and they give you the little sack with the toothbrush and the floss and your appointment card. They've been doing that every time I go for 6 months and all my life. Well, last time they gave it to me in this. Do you think they did that just for cross stitchers? I don't know, but I thought, okay, it's a one-time deal. How awesome. But the second time, this time I went and they did it again. I was so excited I told every one of them, please don't stop, because I love these bags. Now this particular one has a place for a card. They put my appointment card in there. But I buy these kind of bags, y'all, because I really like them. You can see through them. They're sturdy. I love them. So, if y'all want the name of my dentist, he's in Little Rock, I'll be glad to share that with you. A comparison. I looked back. I've been keeping up with my cross-stitching since 2015 because that's actually when I started back cross-stitching. Thanks to my friend, Madame Sam, a quilter friend, who I don't even remember how it happened, but we did some cross-stitching and I just got hooked again. It had been 25 years probably since I'd cross-stitched the last time. But I have just gone completely crazy, my husband says. And that's probably true. But I love my cross-stitching. In 2015, I had 37 finishes. They were little things, lots of little bitty things. In 2016, I only had 22 finishes, but I had moved up to some bigger things, and I don't remember what happened in 2016. I didn't get to stitch as much. I was finishing some wool applique things, but in 2017, I jumped up to 50 finishes, and in 2018, 56 finishes. I think that's a pretty good number. Now, y'all know I don't stitch big things. But still, that's quite a few. Some of them are tiny, and some of them are bigger. But that's a pretty good number, I think. So I'm going to try to see if I can't do better than that this year. I'm keeping up with my stitching this year on a calendar that I saw Carol, the Saltbox Stitcher, was using. This is what it looks like. I got it from the Silver Needle in Tulsa. And I really like this calendar. This is the format of this one. And what I've been doing is writing what I start and the particulars about it on the day that I start it. And then I'm keeping up with my finishes over here on this column. So I have 3 already in January. I like it a lot. It's a good size. It's not too thick. Some of them are too heavy for me. They bother my hands because, you know, I have arthritis in my hands. But that seems to work really, really well. Okay. The most important news of all for us is this right here. Is that not the sweetest little face? I think she was maybe 2 days old here. Raven Adele. Adele is for a grandmother. Raven is just because they liked it. She has a head full of hair. It's brown, but it's more of a sandy brown. She is the sweetest thing. I've only gotten to see her twice. I spent an afternoon with her last week, and then they came by Sunday afternoon, and I got to see her again. They live about 35 miles from us. So I won't be able to see her quite as often as I would like, but we'll just manage. We'll just go back and forth. That's what we'll do. Precious baby. And let's see what else I wanted to tell you. Oh, got a Christmas present from my children that I absolutely love. Love. I don't talk on the phone a whole lot. Maybe my husband might disagree with that. But I also listen to books on my phone. And, you know, I like to listen to books when I'm cleaning house or whatever I'm doing. And the cord from the earbuds got in my way. So my children bought me these EarPods. Everything I have is Apple. I have a Mac computer. I have an iPad and a mini iPad and an iPhone and an Apple Watch. I'm just an Apple person. Apple, to me, is easy to learn, and or maybe it's just my learning style works with Apple better than it does with Microsoft or some of those. But anyway, there are 2 of these. These AirPods are wonderful. The sound is clear. I don't have any cords hanging around. I can lay my phone on the table and go almost everywhere in my house with these in and still hear my book. So that's my testament for the AirPods. I saw a video the other day that I wanted to tell you about because it's a warning. I drink chai tea all the time. Y'all know that. I've said that many, many times. It's an addiction. I'm sorry that I have it, but I do. I love it. And I drink it out of a Yeti cup. Like hundreds of other people drink coffee out of Yeti cups. Well, a doctor took apart the lid of the Yeti cup of one of his patients who was ill and showed the bacteria growing under that rubber ring that runs around the lid and under the magnetic part if you have the little magnet slider thing. So I'm just telling you that to warn you. Please, even though you're washing those really good, you're probably not getting under that ring. He lifted it off with a fork. He said don't do it with a knife, do it with a fork, and scrubbed under there with hot soapy water. So that's my warning for y'all. I immediately call my son because he never washes his Yeti cup. He laughs about it. He drinks coffee in it every day. He said his wife wasn't happy about that either. In other family news, everybody's doing well. My younger brother, Terry, that y'all have followed with me, his saga. He was very, very ill last year. Is doing so well. It's just a miracle. He feels good. He looks good. He's healthier than he's been in a very long time. He still struggles with words a good bit, but he eventually gets there, and it's just been amazing. I spent a week with him at Christmas because Brenda, who is his partner, had a knee replacement surgery. She did okay. She ended up being in the hospital for a week, but I stayed with him because he doesn't drive, and I took him every day to see her. Then Jerry and I took him, and we went up to Jefferson City to my sister's to see her and her partner Mike, and to see my aunt Joyce. And y'all, I've talked about her before too. You remember that she's blind. She turned 80 in December. She has very bad COPD, and she now has Alzheimer's. So things are a little bit of a struggle. It's enough of a struggle when you're blind, but it's even worse when you can't remember things. So if you would say a prayer for her, I would appreciate it, and for my sister who's taking care of her. Other than that, she's doing pretty well, actually, and we had a really good visit with her and had such a good time. Let's see. Oh, Suzie Rae. Have y'all seen her video where she showed her underwear drawer? Suzie, I just want you to know that I have been using that folding method for a couple of years. I first discovered it with my t-shirts and immediately started folding everything that way. I don't hang up my jeans anymore. They're in a drawer, and they take up so much less space, and it's just wonderful. So, Suzie, I applaud you. You're going to love it. Okay, follow up to the carpet tale from last time. If you're new here, I had a carpet fiasco that I talked about on my last video, where I was having carpet replaced just in the living room and a bedroom and a hall. And I had to wait 2 months to get the carpet in and for my schedule to fit their schedule, and it was right before Christmas. And so I was kind of trying to get it over with and done, and they got all the pad down, and they got the living room carpet down and the hall carpet down, and lo and behold, the bedroom carpet was damaged. And it went from bad to worse. It took, I don't remember now, 8 days maybe for the new carpet to come in, and then I had to wait 3 or 4 more days for the carpet guys to come back and get that carpet laid. And so we had furniture in the middle of the floor with pad and the damaged carpet laying on top of that. It was just a nightmare. Because, okay, I confess I might be a little bit OCD, just a tiny bit, or maybe that's a lie and it's a whole lot. But anyway, it was chaos, and I don't deal well with chaos. So it's all done. The carpet is in. It looks great. I love it, and it's perfect. Well, we no sooner got the carpet done. I've been saying for 6 months I wanted the wallpaper down in my kitchen. Y'all know where this is going, don't you? And so my daughter's been redoing her house, and I called her. One of my daughters bought a fixer-upper, and she's been working on it for a year. And I called her, and I said, tell me somebody who can come and take down my wallpaper and redo the walls, because they'd have to be mudded or, you know, all that kind of stuff, and painted. And she said, oh, Mother, let me do that for you. It'll be fine. Let me do it. Which was the sweetest offer in the whole world. I just adore her for that. So she and my grandson came, and they pulled down the wallpaper. And then she came back, and she and I started mudding a couple of the walls to see what it was going to be like. She's done it before, but I hadn't. And so we figured out what we needed to do, and while we were in Missouri, she came over and finished most of the mudding and sanded. Well, as you might know, sanding sheetrock gets dust everywhere. That was the first week in January, and this is the 23rd, and it's still settling. My husband said this morning, I've cleaned the top of the refrigerator 3 times, and I see more dust up there. That's because we've been working in there this week. Anyway, life kind of interfered, and Lori got busy with her kitchen cabinets came in, and she had some painting to do, and so Jerry and I have finished it. We are, without a doubt, the world's worst painters ever. If there was a contest, there would really be no contest, because we would just be automatic winners. But we did it. We finished the mudding. We primed it. and we painted it. Now, we still need to do a couple little touch-ups on the paint, a couple of places, and the back door has to be painted. And a little bit of the quarter round still has to be cleaned from the little bit of mud or paint that we dripped. I have everything back on the walls except for one little wall that's just about this wide, and I don't have that up yet. And we are both exhausted. Yesterday when we finished and showered and sat down, I told Jerry, I said, I'm not sure I can move. I'm not sure my body's going to let me move anymore. It's very pretty. I just had it painted white. That's all, just a plain old white. And I have black and white gingham curtains in there. I don't have very much wall space. It's all little bitty narrow places. And most of that is covered with, you know, the spice rack and some cross-stitch stuff and things like that. Anyway, it's been funny, but not funny. You know what I mean? That's it. That's it, y'all. I don't have a remember when today because I forgot to search my memory bank for that, but I do have a burning question. Maybe I'll just do a burning question from now on. Something I need to know. I need to know two things. Do you use concealer when you put on your makeup? Because I keep seeing these advertisements for concealer. So I bought some. Because I thought, okay, I'm 72. I've got spots and circles, and I've always been blessed with a good complexion. But as you get older, things kind of sag and, wrinkle and spot. So I bought some concealer because I keep seeing it advertised. And I want to know, do you use concealer? And if you do, the girl that at the cosmetic counter that I bought it from at Sephora's said you put your foundation on and then you put concealer on top. That seemed backwards to me. I thought you should put concealer on first and then put a little foundation over the concealer. So which of those do you do if you use concealer? I need to know that. Okay, that's all I have. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for visiting with me again, or for the first time. I hope that you come back, and I hope that I get to make a video again real soon. See you later. Bye-bye.